So, this is an interesting topic and it will test your prior knowledge if you have been watching this series regularly or not. So, are you ready? Okay, let's start. Hi, my name is Aditya Kaushik and I welcome you to the Raag Alchemy. In the first part of the science of Naad and Shruti, we learnt about Naad, its creation and its features and its characteristics. If you haven't watched that video, I would highly recommend you to watch that one before seeing this one. In this video, we will be talking about Shruti and the system of Shruti swar division. Now let's start with a quick definition of Naad. The sound that are pleasant and soothing to our ears are known as Naad, and Naads leads to the creation of classical music. But there is a slight problem. Within a saptak, there can be innumerous Naad. Let me explain. Let's say the frequency of middle sa is 100 Hz and the frequency of tar sa is 200 Hz. So within them, there can be frequency of 100.001 Hz, 100.002 Hz, 100.003 Hz and so on. So how do we decide which one to use to create music and how can we even differentiate between them? So there has to be some way, so that we can decide which naad to use to create music. So what our ancient musician did was that they decided that there can be only 22 naads that can be easily heard and identified by our human ears, and they called those 22 naads as Shruti. So all Shruti are Naad, but not all Naads are Shruti. This is very crucial. All Shrutis are Naads, but not all Naads are Shruti. Now, these 22 Naads, out of these 22 Shrutis, they chose 7 main Shrutis and called them as 7 Shuddha Swaras. And we know them as Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Dha Ni. So how did this happen? So let's learn that. There are two ways of Shruti swar division. First one is ancient medieval way and second is modern way. In 13th century, Sharang Dev wrote a book known as Sangeet Ratnakar. That is a very significant book in Hindustani classical music. In that book, he wrote a verse and that verse goes by Chatus Chatus Chatuschaiva Shadaj Madhyama Panchama Dvaya Dvaya Nishad Gandharo Tesri Rishabh Dhaivato. What this means is 4 Shrutis each are given to Sa, Ma and Pa. 2 Shrutis each are given to Ga and Ni, and 3 Shrutis each are given to Re and Dha. So, firstly, let's take a look at the ancient medieval way of Shruti swar division. As you can see, the swaras are placed on the end of their Shruti. The Sa is placed on the 4th Shruti, Re is placed on the 7th Shruti, and Ga is placed on the 9th Shruti, and so on. Take a closer look at Ga and Ni. They are only 2 Shrutis apart from their preceding swara, which will make them as Ardha Swara or Komal Swara. What that means is the ancient medieval natural saptak is our modern Kafi Thaat. Now let's take a look at the modern method of Shruti swar division. In contrast to the ancient and medieval way of Shruti swar division, in the modern method, we place the swara on the first Shruti. As you can see, Sa is placed on the first Shruti, Re on the 5th, and so on. Take a closer look at the Ma. Ma is only 2 Shrutis apart from Ga, which will make it a Ardha Swara or Komal Swara. But as we know, Komal Ma does not exist. There are only 2 forms of Ma, and those are Shuddha Madhyam and Tivra Madhyam. So, this Komal Ma is known as Shuddha Ma only. So if you ever hear someone saying Komal Madhyam, please correct them by saying that Komal Madhyam does not exist. It is actually Shuddha Madhyam. I hope you have understood everything that we have learned today. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section and share this video with a fellow alchemist. Until then, let the notes transform you.